I want to bring Jesse Rabinowitz in to talk a little bit more about this. Now, Jesse serves as Campaign and Communications Director for the National Homelessness Law Center, which is a nonprofit aimed at preventing and ending homelessness. So, you know, let me put up what's at stake, first of all, in this. And we'll put it up on the screen we have that outlines this particular case. And, you know, when you break it down, there's a few things that we can look at. Do laws penalizing people for sleeping outside constitute cruel and unusual punishment? Could it be easier for officials to clear out homeless encampments? Critics say that this case could increase criminalization of homeless people. Let's start right at the top about, you know, you're sleeping outside, there's nowhere else to go. Someone gets fined for that. Cruel and unusual punishment. What do you say?
There was a woman who spoke at our rally today named Helen Cruz, and she lived outside in Grants Pass, Oregon, and she was fined over $5,000 for the simple act of wrapping herself up in a blanket. Nothing is more cruel than throwing someone in jail for wrapping themselves up in a blanket in the sub-zero winter. And today, we told the Supreme Court that everybody, regardless of housing status, is protected against cruel and unusual punishment.
All right, let me look at a couple of things. On this telestrator in front of me, I have some stats. I just want to run them by you. And, you know, you're in on this issue. Maybe you could talk about different parts of the country. The number of unsheltered Americans, which is something Kelly, you know, talked about a moment ago. This big number here, 1 out of every 1,300 Americans unsheltered. Then by year, you see where the data's going up. It's up, I think, 7 years in a row. They didn't have any data in 2021, but up to 256,000. When we look at a map, and Kelly mentioned this, that it's high here where we are in New York, but not on the unsheltered side, where you see other places where it's a lot higher. What about that distinction and what we're seeing and how different cities handle this problem that you've spent so much time working on? Who's doing it right? Anyone?
There are cities like Milwaukee, and previously Miami had responded to homelessness as well. Houston has done a good job, and many cities show that when you fund housing and services that meet people's needs, people love it, people stay stably housed, and they don't live outside anymore. Unfortunately, the city of Grants Pass is not interested in solving homelessness. They are interested in making homelessness so uncomfortable that people have no choice but to move on down the road. Sadly, Grants Pass continues to reject best practices and instead flew their lawyers nearly 3,000 miles to D.C. to argue in front of the Supreme Court about why they should be able to throw people in jail for sleeping outside when they have no safe place to go.
I've got Bishop William Barber, who's, I believe, on your side of this. I want to play this clip anyways, well-known, been another longtime advocate for this, and ask you a different question on the other side. But here's what he said.
Laws that would penalize homeless folk for sleeping in public parks is unjust, excessive, and cruel and unusual punishment, and it has no place in America.
That's right.
That's what you've been saying as well. But then what do we do? How do we actually solve the problems? Maybe you can go back to some of those cities that you talked about as well, the examples that are being set, because everybody agrees that something's got to be done here. If this is cruel and unusual, what isn't?
Absolutely. Homelessness is caused by the lack of affordable housing, and half of Americans, according to a recent Harvard study, pay more than they can afford for rent. The leading cause of homelessness in America is housing that is just too expensive. We need our elected officials on every level of government, from cities and states all the way up to the White House, to not only reject cruel and unusual solutions to homelessness like jails and fines, but fund and focus on proven solutions like housing and supportive services. We know that housing solves homelessness. There simply is not enough housing that is affordable to most Americans.
You have a sense how this court, though, are you worried about how they might come down on this issue?
We heard robust discussion today, and it seemed like there was an understanding among many justices that Grants Pass lacks sufficient shelter to address their homelessness crisis. I'm comforted in knowing that 72% of Americans agree with us that punishing people for sleeping outside is cruel and unusual. And every single time a court has heard this question, they've agreed with us that punishing people when they have nowhere else to go is cruel and unusual. And I'm confident the justices heard both our rally, but also our strong legal arguments that not punishing people for sleeping outside is the bare minimum.
All right, that's what they said, I believe, in the Ninth Circuit, which now it's getting to the Supreme Court, and we'll see how they come down here. Thank you, Jesse, for coming on. We appreciate it very much. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.